Hello everyone, Oregon Moto John here. Have some exciting news. The 2021 TPI got traded in for a 24 hard enduro TBI. So doing a little maintenance. I've got some fun things planned to get you guys updated on some of the things that I'm doing to this bike. Some similar to the TPI, some different. But today we're doing spokes. We're doing spoke tightening. I used to be intimidated for this procedure for years. I never touched my spokes unless one broke. So here's what you can do early on, especially with a new bike or one you've had a while. Let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing you need is just some torque wrenches here. I have a Fast Company wrench, which is my favorite. It's pretty compact. And for the KTM, you'll need a what is this, a 6.8, and these heads just snap on and off, and then they come with these. And they come preset with I think around 4 foot-pounds of torque, which is like 5.4 Newton meters. The KTM manual calls for 6 Newton meters or 4.4, but I'd rather have them slightly under torqued than over torqued, and I've had this work fine. But you can also get a Warp 9 or a Tusk makes one too, spoke wrench, and this one's completely adjustable. Comes with different sizes for different size spokes. So that's another option if you wanted to be able to adjust this in a little more. But I just like this. It's so simple. It comes preset. Put your head on and away you go. So you need a torque wrench. I found this way better than taking a screwdriver and trying to place some kind of a tune on here. I don't find that works very well. So I'm going to show you how I do this on a new bike, especially if you catch these spokes when they're loose, when they're new, then I found that you're less likely to break spokes. Used to be really scared to touch the spokes on bikes, but not anymore. I'll take them and I'll adjust them when they're new, and I find that if I go around the wheels a few times when the bike's new, first couple rides, then when I do it less frequently, then I don't have them change much. But when you get a new wheel set or the bike's relatively new, it's good to do it. So let's go ahead and get started. So basically, I always like to start near either a rim lock or, in this case, the valve stem, something that's easy for you to keep track of. And for clarity of the video, I normally don't do this. I labeled how we're going to do 3 rounds around the spokes around the wheel. You skip a couple spokes, so we'll be here, and I'll grab 2 spokes, and we'll go to this one. I'll grab 2 spokes, we'll go to this one, and you do that for 3 laps. Second lap, we'll start on this spoke, grab 2 spokes, and I'll go to this one. Grab 2 spokes, I'll go to this one, and then on the third lap, I'll tighten this one. Grab a couple spokes, go to this one. So that's the way that will run. So I just thought I would number those for clarity of the video, but you don't have to do that. Okay, so also notice this has like a torque wrench setting in it where it kind of clicks when you push on it. I don't know if you can hear that, but it's like a regular torque wrench. It's got to kind of see how it clicks. So when we're using our on the wheels, it'll do that same thing. So we're going to start, I know it's just for clarity, we're going to start on this one. Grab 2 spokes, go to the third one, and so we're going basically to every other one here for a bit. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so we have our valve stem here. Here's my number 1. So I'm going to start here. Okay, then I'm going to grab 2 spokes. Oops, that one's got a little bit of... Okay, so I go about a quarter to a half turn, so if that had needed any more, I would have caught it on another round. Okay, so now it snugs up, so that one was loose. Grab 2 spokes. Oh, these actually have some looseness. That was another quarter turn there. Grab 2 spokes. There. Grab 2 spokes. Yeah, this is good we're doing this. Grab 2 spokes. There. Grab 2 spokes. Grab 2 spokes. Grab 2 spokes. Grab 2 spokes. It's not taking a lot, but each one's giving me a little bit. And what is going to happen is I'm going to end up in the same place, grab 2 spokes, where I started. So each one of these is taking about a quarter of a turn. And if I need more than a half a turn, okay, that one snugged up, then I would catch it on the next one. So by the rim lock, sometimes they're loose, so I'm going to catch that one, another one. That was like a half a turn. We're going to go back, grab 2 spokes, grab 2 spokes. Okay, look, we ended up where we started. Okay, now I'm going to go to my number 2 one, and we're going to do the same thing and do another lap. Okay, grab 2 spokes, and this way we're going back and forth across the wheel. Grab 2 spokes, and now this is pulling from the other side. Grab 2 spokes, grab 2, and it takes some time, but it actually goes pretty good. Okay, good, grab 2, and then we're going to grab 2, and we're going to work our way all the way around here. Okay, so we're just going to continue our way around here, and then grab 2. Good, grab 2. This is our second lap around the wheel, grab 2. Grab 2. Grab 2. Grab 2. Grab 2. And then what's nice about putting the tape on there is now I'm back to 2. I'm back to where I started. Okay. Now we're going to start, because you should finish on the spoke that you started with if you didn't skip one. So we've done 1 lap, 2 lap, and now we're going to go to the 3rd lap. Grab 2, and we're just going to work our way all the way around. And I'm getting a little bit out of most of these, so you can tell this has never been done before. I rode it this bike 2 hours, and things have settled in quite a bit. But the cool part is once you do this, it doesn't tend to run out as quick the next time. Grab 2, go to that 3rd one, grab 2, go to the 3rd one, grab 2. So really it's like you're just skipping one. Grab 2. Nope, that one just gave a little tweak. Okay, good. Grab 2. Grab 2. Grab 2. Okay, grab 2. And then I'm back to where I was on this 3rd one. Okay, now since I had a few in there that around the rim locked that needed a little extra help, I'm going to go ahead and repeat my laps 1, 2, and 3 again. So I'll go ahead and do that now, and then I'll do another little clip here. So this is just even on my, I've done 3 laps, and now I'm going just over this one more time, and you can see most of these aren't snugging up anymore. They're just kind of clicking right away, except for around the rim lock. Seems like those always take a little bit. So most of those though, so here I am going on lap 2. They're not, see, clicking right away, and they're not tightening at all. So that's when you know you're at a good place, is when you're going around and everything's doing that. So I guess that's why I wanted to show you is at first you'll get a little bit out of them, but if you need more than a half a turn, a quarter to a half a turn, just catch it on another lap. Do another lap. That's why I'm doing a few more laps, just because I didn't want to over tighten them too much all at once. That'll help you keep your wheel run out side to side okay. but it's really not. It's kind of a fun process, honestly. That one I got a little bit out of, but you can see that more laps I do, the less I'm getting. Let me hit that in another lap, see if it, yeah, we'll hit that in another lap. But just, you know, hit these and try to tune them. I don't think I could do that. Okay, good. So I'm going to make a third lap and we'll see how we're doing. And I keep going till I'm just not getting any any more slack out of the spokes. So eventually you're going to go to every one of these spokes and they all just click. You know, every one clicks. Like this, I can go just, I'm not true in this anymore, so I can check every one and see every single one. There's no play in it anymore. That's when you know you've got it. And this takes some patience. Don't do this when you're in a hurry. I actually had to make about probably 5 or 6 rounds around. I mean, probably 4 or 5 rounds around this wheel to get all these like this. So take your time and you'll get it. But be patient. And again, I'm not truing this anymore. I'm just showing you how every one is, or tightening the spokes. We're not truing this wheel. I'm just showing you how every one is tight now. And that took me lots of revolutions to get that, because there was a few that would be loose and I just had to keep hitting them. Now, when I put my, if I were to put a zip tie on here and turn this wheel, we can see that the run out is still the same. It hasn't changed the lateral stability or lateral run out of the rim, which is side to side movement. And that's why we make so many rounds, is because we want to make sure we don't tighten one side up to pull this wheel laterally or to the side. So we're just kind of doing it little by little by little. So really important on a new wheel. I was surprised. This was really out of true, or not out of true. These spokes, some of these were loose. So it took me multiple rounds to get this. Now the next time I ride, I'll do it again, and we'll find that there won't be as many you know, loose spokes in this. So especially when the bike's new, I think this is a really good idea. I'll hit it again after my next ride, but it probably won't require very much. And I'll do the back wheel next. All right, thanks for tuning in. I hope this was helpful. Keep riding and get that 2-wheel therapy. Just a quick note is I'm going to go ahead and do the rear wheel now, the same as the front. I'm not putting the tape on this time. That was more just for clarity. So I'll start here. It got the valve stem. Start here, skip one, go here, skip one, go here, and I'll do a revolution that way. Then I'll go to this one, and I'll be starting here, finishing here, go into this spoke, doing a full, starting here, doing a full lap, finishing here. If you have an occasional spoke, you can squirt some penetrating lube on there, but I've heard from people more experienced than me that if the whole wheel is stuck, all these spokes are pretty stuck, then typically you need a new hub and wheel, or you could relace that. I've never relaced a wheel, knock on wood. If I maintain these, I just haven't had any trouble with them. But anyway, a good thing to do when they're new. But if you do encounter a spoke here or there, you know, you can work on loosening that up with some penetrating lube. But if it's the whole wheel, that's generally not a good sign. You know, that's not good news, but that sounds like often that's the case. But anyway, keep riding, and thanks for tuning in, and hope this was useful. Don't be afraid of your spokes. I didn't touch my spokes for years, but it's worthwhile, because if you have equal tension on your spokes, it's a lot stronger than just tension on a few and then a loose one, because then that one isn't bearing the weight. It'd be like if, you know, 4 or 5 people were lifting something heavy. If one person isn't lifting, now you're putting more stress on the other people that are lifting, more load. So it's that way with spokes. All the spokes have an equal tension, doesn't put more tension on the spoke next to it if one is loose. So don't be afraid of your spokes. Get a torque wrench, set it to the spec of your manual, and get to it. This is just a footnote, but man, this needed a lot of adjustment too. I've done 3 rounds, so now I'm going back to my first spoke. And I'm going to do another round. I'll go to my second spoke, another round, a third spoke, another round. And I've had a lot of spokes that were actually quite loose, so I was being careful not to turn them more than a quarter to a half at the most. And once I got to a half, I moved on to the next spoke, and I'll catch it again. So we're doing that. So so we don't pull this out of true. So if that happens, don't be afraid to make a lot of rounds, especially when I have a new bike. I found that it needs a lot more attention than one that I've, done it before. So anyway, just a little footnote. Thought it was interesting. Just another little footnote is when you're doing this, make sure you get slipped on the spoke square. It's a tight fit. You're using the right, size, of course. And then take your time. Be gentle with this. This is kind of one of those things that has a little finesse, and you just kind of be gentle with it. Take your time. And it's kind of satisfying, actually, tightening spokes. So there's I completed another cycle, so that's about 3 cycles now, and everything's pretty tight now. But I'm going to do it one more time just to be sure. But take your time. I guess where I'm going with all this is precision equipment. Take your time with it. Be careful with it, and it's actually really satisfying to do just a really nice job on a mechanical system and know that it's maintained.